Morning, YouTube.
We have, what is this? Episode 5, if we count the third episode. I got no bones about it. A very special friend joining the mix, Sad Skeleton.
That's right. I'm here. I'm basically a what you could call a PhD in Autismo, lolcows, King Cobra, JFS, CWC, all the big ones. And
All
I'm here.
the big ones. It's pretty amazing that now you can mention CWC and King Cobra in the same sentence. He's really...
Absolutely amazing.
Tell me, how long have you been keeping up with our Lord King Cobra?
Oh, the King. So I found out about him probably less than a year ago from a guild on old school RuneScape from some
Wow.
random guy.
RuneScape.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of autism on there.
I believe it. So, when you first saw Josh's videos, what did you think? What was your reaction?
Well, to be quite honest, I expected a little bit more from this character, because when you first see him, you kind of get a expectation of, I don't know, just more lulls, I guess, because he's kind of boring, to be quite honest.
Yes, he is.
It's kind of monotonous. I've never sat through a whole live stream of his, but there's just always a few great gems that come out. And that's what we're here for.
For sure. Yeah, do you remember what the first video was that you saw?
No, I do not remember the first video I saw. Like I said, he's none of them. There's only a few of the videos that really stick out to me. There's the legendary hair dyeing video.
Yeah.
That one's pretty great. That's probably one of my favorites. The cock holster is always cool to come out.
Always cool.
Yeah. But what I'm really enjoying now is this new Cowboy Cobra
Yes.
saga. This is great.
Yes, the Bret Michaels from Poison.
Oh, yeah.
Cowboy hat. And it's a great way to cover up his bald head.
Oh, yeah. It's really great. He was singing Johnny Cash earlier today.
Wow.
Really great.
So he's really taking to the gothic cowboy lifestyle.
Yep. He was chewing some dip.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
I saw a screenshot of him where it looks like a bunch of his teeth are gone or something.
Oh,
There's
man.
just blackness.
It's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that, because have you noticed his teeth lately?
When I've seen them, they are very flat on top, so I think he has bruxism. He's been grinding, and they're covered in some kind of Arctic permafrost of plaque.
Yeah, so his teeth are seriously decaying. Like, there's a clip of him showing his teeth, and they're like brown on the top, and it's not attractive.
No, they're in rough shape. His teeth. Do you think he really went to the dentist?
He might have, but I don't think he's brushing his teeth.
No, no, he certainly is not. There was the guy who visited his house, Jesus Morris, and I'm trying to remember if he had seen a toothbrush in there.
Somebody
But
went to his house?
oh yeah, yeah, there is this guy, and what's incredible, you can see evidence of him from the really, really early Cobra days. He had photoshopped a Cobra tattoo, the dick and balls on his arm. This was maybe like, there's that word. This was maybe 2011, 2012. And all this time later, it may have been a year ago, he finally visited Cobra's house, his apartment, and detailed his experience on Reddit. And he also took some very high quality footage of it.
That's great. That's great. I didn't see that.
Oh, it's
But I
incredible.
hope he wasn't I hope he didn't do anything weird.
No, it was a really innocent hangout. There's a video of them on YouTube together, and he's
That's cool.
really nice to him. Cobra seems to do fine, honestly, with having this random guy visit him.
It's good content.
Yeah, it is good content. You got a field agent. It's impressive.
In my perspective, what we watch King Cobra, when we watch him, we're watching a slow decay of his life.
Oh yeah.
That's essentially what it is. He's not really doing anything to set himself up.
No, and for a very long time now, he's never really put a ton of effort into anything.
Oh no.
And you can chalk that up to having a really bad attitude or
Lazy?
being lazy, or it really is that hard for him because he's
Yeah.
just not very talented, but his attitude stinks.
Oh yeah. He doesn't show any ambitions or drive to do anything to put his life in the right direction at
No,
all. He's been fairly consistent with YouTube and streaming. That's great, but
I think it's it's all about chasing that dopamine hit. He certainly pursues that as much as possible,
oh yeah.
and making a real quick YouTube video or a long one these days, it puts him in a good mood, I think. But for doing it almost 10 years now, he hasn't done anything different in terms of editing or learning any video
Oh,
skills. It's still his IMAX photo booth video recorder software, whatever came packaged in with it.
yeah. He hasn't made any effort to improve, has he?
No, I can recognize that he's done his cooking videos, and he'll go outdoors, so he's mixed it up beyond just talking at a camera, but he doesn't have much to show
Wow.
for it.
And he's almost 30, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's
Wow.
28 at this point. I could be wrong
Oh,
on that.
okay.
He's
Yeah,
getting
last
up
I
there.
yeah, last I heard was 27, but that could have been a while ago.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he is.
Mid, yeah, 27, approaching 28 possibly. I think you're probably correct. Don't quote me on that one. But
Right,
late
right.
20s, late 20s.
So if you picture his life at 27 years old and he doesn't have a job, he has very little income, which is mainly his what's the acronym? Disability, basically,
Right.
and his dad paying for his apartment and selling wands, which he probably gets a few $100s a month at most
Mm-hmm.
if he goes hard on it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not training. I mean, he is a literal NEET. He's not training. He's not gaining any skills, and it's not gonna last forever.
No, his last thing that's ticking away is his health.
Oh yeah, he's definitely breaking down mentally and physically.
Yeah. He that's the one thing that, at least if you're fortunate, can hold up. You don't have a serious ailment, but I feel like one of these days he's gonna, I don't know, have lung cancer
Yeah,
or
he smokes. He,
yeah.
I think you or somebody somebody else said he eats like one meal a day, if that,
Yeah,
which is
he.
always really weird. Burgers and Domino's pizza with 80 toppings.
Yes, I love his pizzas.
Yeah,
Those are too funny. I could talk about him and his pizzas all day.
yeah,
It epitomizes his spending habits. Josh and autism.
that's right. We're here to talk about mental illness.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of the things he does are driven by his autism. His obsession with being goth, which is weird. It's weird because it's not what you would typically think of as goth, but it's his vision of being goth.
Hmm.
And uh, all the magic stuff, that's pretty out there.
People who fall on this spectrum with the autism, they create their own universe, their own world, and that contributes to them being so interesting. You want to understand the world that they live in.
Yeah, that's accurate. They're very detached from reality.
We'll be calling this Josh and autism, but he has stated that at least he goes underneath the label of. Now that I think about it, he said he has Asperger's, but he makes jokes. But he's also said you can't hit someone with autism; you'll go to
Yep.
prison.
That's a really funny thing that he does is he will say like you can if you fight me you're in the wrong no matter what because I'm an autistic guy.
Would fucking hit me first. So then all I have to do is fucking knock her ass out. And then if the cops were called, all I have to say is, she hit me first and I'm autistic. I'm pressing charges. She hit somebody with a disability and her ass would have been done.
And you can't hit an autistic.
Like that gives him free reign to fight anybody he wants. But another thing that he likes to say is he talks about his autistic rage.
Oh yeah.
That gets me. That really gets me. He says that he has autistic rage, and that I remember one video he said, "You don't want to fight me because I do have an autistic rage." Some along those lines. But
When I am pushed to that point where I want to physically fuck somebody up for starting shit and fucking with me because I'm fucking autistic.
he also said that he doesn't want to fight anybody because he's afraid that he'll seriously injure them
Mm-hmm.
if he goes into an autistic rage and he gains his autistic super strength.
Right.
That's great. That's
Yes.
great stuff.
He does like to believe that he has special abilities because of it, and what you just described, it's a series of free passes. One to initiate fights with people, and then secondly, if he ever goes overboard and he could accidentally kill someone.
And I wasn't about to fucking hit Carolyn, even though I wanted to so badly, and I was so close to doing it. It would have felt so good. All the bullshit from trolls picking on me, all the bullshit and frustration from not having any pussy for so long, it would have come boiling out in my fist, and I would have laid her the fuck out. So it's a good thing I didn't. It's a good thing I restrained myself. It's a good thing I walked away.
Especially when he's brandishing his knife, and he loves his stories about how things would go if he got into a conflict with somebody. He could seriously stab somebody and they'd bleed out, and he'd just say, yeah, I went into an autistic rage and I don't remember anything or what have you. Take him to jail, take this corpse to prison. And
Yeah, that is a little scary if you think about it.
it is. He won't take any responsibility for his anger, how violent he may become. He could just be barking. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's the free pass, like you said.
The free pass.
The autism free pass.
So he seems to embrace his autism slash Asperger's, whatever he feels like calling it that day.
Yeah, that's fair. I wonder how much he thinks about that. I wonder how much he thinks that defines him.
I would say it's a real big part of his identity.
Yeah.
he's talked about how whenever he would get with a lady, because he's very fixated, of course, on his sex countdown timer, how long it's been. And I remember seeing in a video that when he does finally achieve that, it's an especially big deal because of his conditions, because he has
Oh, so
autism.
it's an even bigger accomplishment
Oh, yeah.
because he can get laid even though he's autistic.
Right.
It
He
doesn't
hits a
really matter
big
who
gold
it
star.
is.
Yeah, yeah. He's made that clear. Oh, I don't know how he does it, honestly. It must be something about Casper.
Well, it's probably he doesn't have a lot of self-awareness,
Hmm.
and so he isn't really afraid to put himself out there like that,
Yeah.
from what I can tell, and that helps him with YouTube and streaming for sure. He doesn't really care. His lack of self-awareness allows him
It's
to do and say whatever, no filter.
it's strange. It's kind of binary because I know that he can clam up and be really
Hmm.
timid, but then in other situations when he's finally comfortable, yeah, he'll start rapping and
Oh
talking
yeah.
constantly, all that stuff. Like you said, no filter.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people who wouldn't be able to do what he does just out of anxiety, I
Oh yeah.
think. And so his lack of self-awareness from his autism helps him in that sense.
That's one of his superpowers.
Yep, yep. He
Yeah.
probably doesn't even realize it, but yeah.
Yeah. I I'm not sure if he needs a little bit more affirmation every now and again that he has positive qualities, or if he's had enough and needs to be a little more humble. I can't tell
No,
with him.
I think the first part was right. He definitely ups himself a lot. He's really obsessed with his muscles,
Yeah.
which he has a very regular build for somebody of his size.
Yes.
He doesn't have particularly large muscles, but he's really obsessed with it.
I think he gets
Thinks
that
he,
from his dad.
oh, you think so?
Oh yeah, Clint, he's pretty big, especially for being a middle-aged man, and he
Huh.
loves to have photos taken of him not wearing a lot of clothes, sometimes women's clothes.
Wow.
It's not terribly weird. He's some kind of oddball photographer, artist guy, but every now and again he'll wind up wearing lady clothes as part of his piece, and it's kind of suspect.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is perfect. I didn't know much about his dad. I from the little bit that I've seen of him, he just seems like a regular boomer.
Yes.
So one thing I didn't know about is was his parents together when he was raised?
I want to say, I don't know for sure. I know there were problems with his mom, Laura, who
Okay.
he really dislikes.
He doesn't like his mom?
No, no, he really
Oh,
doesn't like his mom, Laura, but he loves his
that's
stepmom.
that's confusing. So because
Yes.
he made that video where he was crying because he was thinking about his mom getting shot
Right.
in a school shooting, was he talking about his stepmom there
I'm going to say with
or his real mom?
very good certainty he was talking about his stepmom, who he actually
Most
cares for.
likely. Most
Yeah.
likely. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, and that video was really good. That was a really good video for him.
It's amazing. I'm so glad it got backed up because I know he deleted that probably 10 minutes
Yeah.
afterward.
And in fact, that video alone is a reason for me not to go really hard on him
Hmm.
because I could talk a lot of shit about King Cobra and really put him down in a really mean-spirited way, but things like that video just almost give me a little sympathy for him
Oh,
because
yeah.
he is human. He
Yes.
is he is sort of relatable.
By far the most humanizing video he's ever released, and it is because he drops his character for a good while and looks and sounds like an everyday person. He's not being
Yeah,
this weirdo and putting up a front.
it's a really vulnerable thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
I think whatever's just in God, my mom's okay. My stepmom, because you know what? If I would have lost her, dude, I would have. Man, sorry. Damn it. I lost my stepmom. I don't know what I would have done. The fucking real mom, my dad divorced and shit, and it's been a messy ass court battle. My real mom, my stepmom, who I consider my real mom, has been there for me forever. And man, if she would have died, I would know what I would have done. Man, I fucking hate this medicine bullshit. Okay, I'm crying my eyes out, alright? Fuck you, alright? Seriously. Oh, real men don't cry. Fuck you, assholes, man. For real. This is bullshit, man. Man, I hate this shit, man.
Old Josh, he's created his own universe. He lacks a filter. Would you say
Oh yeah.
he doesn't understand social norms?
Yeah, I would say that that's pretty common. That's pretty common in people with autism, is not having good social skills, and that doesn't mean you can't talk to people, but or you can't articulate or get along with people, but just doing weird things.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, not understanding social cues. Like one of the best skills that we have as human beings is being able to read between the lines, and that's something that people with autism lack for sure socially.
Well, they're very literal.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That's the word for it. Yep, very literal. So you really have to tell them what you mean. But yeah, with King Cobra, I'm sure that if you hung out with him for a day, you would find some things odd. Like he would do some things that would be considered odd.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure if you were hanging out in his apartment, he would take a dump with the door open. You know?
Yes. Yeah. That's a perfect example of something.
Yeah, because he'll use the toilet on stream and what have you, and most people would never want to do that.
It's kind of cool that he doesn't give a fuck like that,
Yeah,
but he's asking to be trolled.
I'm trying to think of things that he has revealed where he was being way too truthful and something that a normal person would never ever share.
I would I would say the whole cock holster thing. Who would do that? Who would get a cock holster? I don't know if that's even the right word for it, but he says it. It's really funny. Cock holster.
Yes,
He,
like it's a gun.
who would put that on and walk in front of the camera with a full raging boner,
Yes.
totally casual, completely unfazed, and just tuck it away? That's not something that someone who is self-aware would be comfortable doing.
No, and he thought he was fooling everybody. That was his like normal relaxed state. It's just
Oh yeah,
him.
just hanging out. I didn't just go and pre-game my cock in my bedroom for a
Oh
few
yeah,
minutes. No,
yeah.
this is just natural.
He was fluffing that thing as hard as he could.
Just to walk out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
There's a video where he talks about waking up so that he can fart, and that I think he crapped himself a little bit.
Well, I woke up in the middle of the early morning to fart, and as soon as I farted, I shat myself a little bit.
And that's
He
not a
did,
normal
yeah, he
thing.
did say that. I
Yeah.
don't think I would admit that. I would,
No.
yeah, no.
Too much honesty. When he was still working at Wendy's, he filmed himself popping an abscess on his leg into the toilet.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I
Well,
have no idea why he decided to do that.
at least he did it in the toilet.
Have you seen the King Cobra documentary?
I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's kind of old, right? Like a
Yeah,
few
it's
years
pretty
old.
old.
Yeah, I did watch that. It's kind of like a day in the life of
Yeah.
thing.
He shared a lot of very private things about him and Stephanie on that.
Oh, okay.
Talking about going into a forest and doing stuff and having sex in a toilet and things that he would do to Stephanie during Job Corps class.
Jesus.
And you know that she would never want that stuff to be shared. That'd be humiliating.
He just doesn't give a fuck.
No, he went for it. Shared everything. So
You gotta love him.
when it comes to taking things literally, I want to say that this has led to him being taken advantage of by Scotty, who is, in my opinion, a compulsive liar.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Goat, whatever you fucking want to call him, goat fucker, whatever. All right, this is what happened. Try to fuck Josh's girl, dude.
Straight up, Steve was trying to get with my girlfriend.
Trying his fucking damnedest, dude. Everything in his fucking power. What a real fucking friend. And I hope to God he watches this, dude. Yeah, I fucking lied to him about getting him work. I just wanted for him to hear what the fuck he was saying behind his fucking back.
That guy's a piece of shit.
Yes, he is. So that's made him very vulnerable to getting hoodwinked.
Yeah. He's almost got a childlike innocence about him.
Yeah.
He probably sees the best in people, especially people that he relates to, like Scotty.
Yeah. So I think, from what I've learned, he will either really, really take to someone or not care about them at all. He'll have no feelings about
Totally
them.
indifferent.
Yeah.
And it probably revolves a lot around the way they dress. And if they, I don't know. Scotty, does he consider himself a goth?
He would probably fall into the juggalo category from the way I see it. But
Okay.
to me, classic Scotty is wearing some ratty, torn clothes and his big hat. I always think of his big
Yeah.
hat with the goggles on it.
Some kind of steampunk goth hat.
Or, I want to say in the Fair video, he was wearing some kind of trilby thing. He looks scary. I'll give him that.
Scary in what way? Like scary in a crazy tweaker kind of way?
Yeah, like a freaking meth goblin or something. He's really gaunt. He's lanky. He moves weird. He's got those big eyeballs when he's tweaking out, drooling.
He's a manipulator, a liar, and King Cobra plays right into it.
Oh, yeah.
He almost connected the dots. I know Josh
Yes.
almost connected the dots one time when he was talking about how, yeah, Scotty is a better ladies' man than me, but he may believe that I have the potential to be a better ladies' man, and so maybe he's trying to sabotage me or mess with me in some way. He almost connected the
Yes.
dots there.
He started to doubt him.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I'm not trying to dog on my homies, but every time my friend Scott has tried to hook me up, the chick has always said no, so...
But
Yeah.
I think he just ended up reverting right back.
Well, it's a much better reality than what he was picturing. It's more convenient.
Oh, yeah.
So he just ran with that.
Yeah, that's probably it. Well, you see, one thing I was kind of interested in is this idea that his life is slowly being grinded down, and it's really taking its toll. And I was wondering what he thinks his future is like. What does he see his future being like? If he ever thinks about that.
I don't think he can imagine life 30 minutes into the future.
No. No. You're living day by day.
He is constantly in the moment. I want to say he is thinking about his next dopamine rush all the time.
It's probably true. He probably doesn't think too far ahead.
No,
He probably wouldn't be capable of answering that.
because really when you think about what evidence is there that he has worked towards anything long term. I was looking up positive qualities
Okay.
of being on the spectrum of having Asperger's. We have
Interesting.
Yeah. The capacity to persevere in specific interests without being swayed by others' opinions.
Right, right.
That is spot on.
Perfect fit. Yeah, perfect fit with the magic, the goth.
Oh yeah.
He really doesn't care.
He even seems to get motivated when people doubt him and tell him what he can't do.
They're yeah, they're awaking the beast
Yeah.
inside. If like when somebody says, "Put that wand away, or I'll beat your ass," and then it's like his power level is unlocked at that point.
Oh yeah.
It's all out.
We have the ability to work independently. He's alone almost all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like you said, yeah, he's alone.
Oh, I like this one. The recognition of patterns that may be missed by others. So it's been a little while, but he used to talk about these specific numbers that kept coming up. It was his clock and code. It was a variety of things, and he kept spotting these numbers for whatever reason and deemed it very important.
He's got that whole cock and balls tattoo,
Yep.
which has that fucking retarded S that people
Yes.
draw in school.
Yes.
God, that's terrible.
His tattoo is one of the funniest things about him.
It's so stupid.
I mean, yeah, it's got the Stuzzy and then a shaft and a couple of balls on it. It is.
Yeah. How did he not pick up on that?
I have no idea. I love it. It is so clearly phallic, and he denies that it even resembles a penis.
What does he say it is?
It's his symbol.
His symbol?
It's his symbol. I don't think he's even said, "Yeah, I saw this Stuzzy S thing one time. And I loved it." He just took it.
I heard him say one time that he used to draw it a lot in school.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I'm guessing he got obsessed with it.
And he's explained how it talks about energy flow and stuff like that with his Cobra religion.
Huh.
But man, it looks like a damn penis.
He has a religion?
Funny. Oh yeah, yeah. He used
I
to.
didn't know that part.
In his early days, he created his religion, and he really got fixated on it. He talked about how his parents had to set him down at one point and say, "Josh, remember, this isn't real. You need to let this go a little bit." Cobra demons and Cobra angels. There were some prime evils known as Cobricius, Cabrero, and something else. Cobratin.
The gods of this video, gods, goddess, and their son. Cobra-10 is the god. Cobricius is his wife, and Cabrero is their son. Every damn. Ugh.
Well, he should have just stuck to that. I could easily see him being a cult leader
Yeah.
in Casper, Wyoming. I could easily see that.
If he were to write a manifesto or some kind of Bible, I would love to read it. Even with all his misspellings, it would be indecipherable at times. God, he can't spell. He cannot spell. His Facebook post is where it really shines. He cannot spell anything. The last thing I'll say about patterns, would you say double standards is a pattern, or how, one thing will apply to one person but not another? Gender.
Yeah, it could be. What exactly are you referring to about him?
So he's obsessed with what he calls double standards. How?
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's believing that's like a systematic pattern
Right.
in society. Yeah.
And he sees these things, and sometimes people don't see it. Some people miss that. It's very perceptive. I have negative qualities of Asperger's.
Oh, okay.
I will. Some of these we've already covered, but lack of social awareness, that's easy.
Easily.
Lack of interest in socializing / making friends. I don't see that
Oh,
with him.
no, that's not part of him for sure. No, he
Yeah.
definitely seems to make friends with all the weirdos that he meets.
He's really good at that. Difficulty making and sustaining friendships.
That one might be.
I would
might be
say,
closer, right?
yeah, I would certainly say probably during school, he very likely had a hard time making friends.
Hmm. Well, maintaining them,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Inability to infer the thoughts, feelings, or emotions of others.
Huh.
He straight up tends to not care about these things.
Oh, yeah. Like he's totally oblivious.
Yeah. He's not very interested in how other people are feeling. I don't see that often with him at all.
No. No.
Either gazing too intently or avoiding eye contact. So, have you seen some of the videos recently where people have been telling him to not look at them so hard?
Well, he was talking about that about a girl at uh, the grocery store or something,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
He's like, I was just seeing if the line was too long, but I can easily imagine him just staring her down.
Yeah. He probably doesn't realize he could be deep in thought or
Yeah.
be on a really bizarre thought train while staring at somebody.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely he zones out in his videos.
Yes.
He'll zone out for like 2 minutes at a time, just staring off in the distance.
We have lack of changing facial expression or use of exaggerated facial expressions. He's either hot or
Yeah,
cold.
you have the flexing,
Oh,
the
his
classic flexing face.
when he tries to show off his neck, he makes a really bizarre face. That's one of the weirdest things he does.
Look at those neck muscles.
I mean, now this is gonna sound really awful, but there's back in the day he had what was called the secret video, and he had uploaded himself jacking off to Pornhub or something.
Wow.
And I very shamefully I've seen it, and I remember when he finally starts just jizzing everywhere, his face does not change at all. It's this dead
Totally
stare.
unfazed.
Yeah.
Phased.
So
I
I wish that wasn't my example of him not changing his
Yeah,
facial
that's-
expression.
not something to be proud of, but good.
No.
It is a good observation.
Right. Right. Lack of use or comprehension of gestures.
Uh,
Does he gesture often?
no, I don't think so.
He's always
No.
smoking.
Right,
Yeah.
there's that, but no, I think he's mostly just sitting there.
Yeah. Just sitting there.
That I don't know why it reminded me of this, but I remember when he was doing a cooking video and he was making a burger or something, and his arm got absolutely covered in grease,
Oh, yeah.
and I was dying. Like he did not care.
No.
Grease was dripping down his arm, like, and I don't know.
He was really proud. That's a greasy burger because that's how he likes to make them. But
So messy,
it-
such a messy person.
he's very messy. It just looked like a trail of diarrhea going down his arms.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's something I noticed. That's something I noticed about people with autism is that they're really messy like that. They don't care.
Yeah, you're right. If they don't fall into also having some kind of obsessive compulsive thing,
Oh, true.
they'll just wind up being super messy because it's almost a utility thing.
Right.
There's no purpose in straightening up.
I don't
If
care.
you're done with something, just throw it on the floor and move on. Got
Man.
dirty crapped briefs. You just chuck them.
I wonder how often he does his laundry.
Oh, I know he makes
Oh,
it a
you-
point to say when he does it.
I will guarantee, I guarantee that if you would ever walk into his apartment, you would hit a wave of stench.
I felt
Immediately.
something deep inside when you said that because I really started to picture it, and it's one of those things where something smells so bad you can taste it. And it's like you're swallowing it.
It would be a weird body odor. But it would be like a body odor, dirty laundry stink, but it would be really weird. There'd be something weird about it.
It would be funky.
I guarantee you 100% you would feel that.
The smoke smell is what would get me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever been to someone's house and they're like a smoker?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, and smoke smell is bad, but it's even worse when it's combined with body odor. That's
Oh,
terrible.
I haven't had the pleasure.
No, you don't want to.
No.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's terrible. So I guarantee you that's what he smells like.
What does his breath smell like?
Oh man. Well, he doesn't brush his teeth
So
to start with.
I've noticed lately with some people, I can tell when they need to go to the dentist because something is wrong with one of their teeth.
Right,
And
right.
it's unusual because their teeth may look fine. They may have pearly whites, but I know that something needs to be addressed in there because this really particular smell, they'll call it halitosis sometimes, will come out. And
Yeah.
I wonder, in addition to having tobacco breath, he's got some kind of rot smell coming out of there.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not even hard to see with him.
No.
His teeth are turning brown. His teeth are literally turning brown. It's really disgusting. It's one of the easiest things he could do to improve his chances with women, but I don't know.
It's getting harder and harder these days.
Yeah, well, look, I'll be honest with you. He's not really that bad looking of a guy. He's not like hideously unattractive. He's really not. And like his short hair, that looks so much better than the long stringy
Yes.
that his short hair, his mustache actually looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. He has a decent facial structure. Like it's not terrible. It's not unredeemable. He just doesn't do anything to improve it, and it just gets worse.
I think that Clint really did give him some decent genes.
Okay.
He, when, because I agree with you on many fronts, and it is probably hard for a lot of listeners to imagine him looking good and
Right.
turning things around, but people can do it. With men, a good haircut and proper grooming can
Brushing your teeth.
and brushing your teeth, having yes, getting correction if you have messed up teeth, if they're brown, getting them whitened, it can completely turn you around. It's
Yeah.
like night and day sometimes.
I mean, I feel like the cutting his hair was a wonderful step in the right direction.
yeah,
And not wearing a bandana on his head like an idiot. That just looked really stupid to me. The way he wore that bandana.
like an idiot. Yeah, I would say, I don't quite like it when it's skin short, but
Right.
a
When it
little
grows
bit
out
of
a little
buzz.
bit. Yeah, that's perfect. It
Yeah.
doesn't look bad on him.
No, that's what Clint looks like. He's bald.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't do the like shiny bald look very well.
No, it was very uncanny, and I think
that was really weird.
it was a trip. It
'Cause
was
he
very
just-
shiny.
Because I just remember when I first saw that, it was just him. So what's up, YouTube? And he's just completely shiny ass bald.
What's up, fellow YouTubers? It's your sexy goth bad boy, King Cobra JFS, back at you with another video.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, that must have been really hard for him to do,
Oh yeah, yeah.
to make that
But
appearance.
it was honestly the right choice, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, maybe he'll understand. His perception of himself is very different compared to
No, he's not. He's just gonna grow it out, and it's gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
Weird crypt keeper.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
path that he is on again. Despite, like what you said, he could take some very critical steps and look like a decent human.
Yeah.
His eyes, I've wondered for a long time
Right.
if it's his glasses prescription, there's something wrong, if there really is something wrong with his eyeball, if he could wear a patch to correct his lazy eye.
Oh. Okay. Or just wear a black eye patch. That'd be kind of cool.
It wouldn't be the worst thing. He could
I
just have
wonder if
one good
I
eye.
wonder if, yeah, can he see out of his lazy eye?
I don't know.
Huh. Because I know sometimes people can't.
I do wonder what he sees with that thing. His vision does not seem to be very good.
Oh, it doesn't?
He struggles. He's claimed before. He's claimed that he has cataracts,
Wow.
and I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Wow.
Is it just another trichorteria thing, or
Oh,
does
where
he?
he's just making it up?
I have to wonder if he's just saying stuff.
Yeah, very well could be. Yeah, that trichoteria thing is kind of really funny to me. That's why is he saying that? He knows damn well he doesn't have trichoteria.
It's not balding. It's him pulling his hair out. That's
Right.
all.
Sure. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. It's growing in thicker, right?
Thicker than ever, and
Thicker than ever.
just slower on top. That's all. The sides are
But
growing faster.
it looks better though. Sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. We have failure to respect interpersonal boundaries.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to think of him really getting people's personal space. Not a lot of. Well, he rants way too loudly at this new bar he keeps going to, the backdoor bar or whatever. But that's not necessarily him getting too close to someone. That's more of a cues thing. You don't yell into your cell phone in public by yourself like a crazy person.
That's the lack of self-awareness, I'd say.
Yes. Unusually sensitive to noises, touch, odors, taste, or visual stimuli. He's the opposite.
No, he loves that.
Taste. He can barely taste anything. He goes to extremes to be able to taste stuff.
Oh, the what was it? What did he call it? The fish pizza?
Fiery fish pizza.
The fiery fish pizza.
I love that video.
That had to be rancid.
It had to be really disgusting. And what I love so much about it, I will watch that entire stream because about the first half is his hubris, talking about how tough you gotta be to eat this pizza. And finally he's confronted with it. He probably took a bite and realized, this is horrible. What the hell am I gonna do? I've been talking about this for an hour.
Oh, it smells pretty good actually. Let's see how spicy it is though. Dude. Oh, that's good pizza. Ooh, that's got some heat to it.
You
And
can't pussy out now, Josh.
no way, eat till you puke it up. And then, God, he was miserable. He was so sick.
Was it like too hot or just like nasty fish?
I think it was both. I want to say it really was way too hot, and then just disgusting. It's gross.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Oh, a really spicy fish pizza? That's disgusting. But
Yeah.
he
You gotta have an iron stomach like Josh.
Oh, okay. So
So he just got an iron stomach.
maybe I've been wanting to talk about this, him and food, but also
Yeah.
there was a video of him. I think he was dog sitting, and oh, fuck, I'm gonna lose it. He's celebrating. He's kind of toasting to his wand business. He has a
Okay.
bottle of Jack Daniels. He
Okay.
takes the tiniest sip, and oh, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it's so good,
What,
man.
did he just die?
He gags so many times.
Show him who's boss. Wait. Oh. Who?
And he opens his mouth, and there's all this mucus kind of connecting his
Oh my
like the
God.
roof of his mouth to the bottom. Someone made an incredible
Uh.
alien edit of him coming out with his gooey mouth, and
That is sick, dude.
finally, when he's done gagging and coughing, his eyes are really watery. He's flushed, and it's from this itty bitty sip. He could not do it.
Hey, that's weird. He does drink quite a bit, doesn't he?
He does. You know, I'm glad we talked about that because it is relevant. His sensitivity to tastes, I would say, whenever he drinks, it always must be mixed with something sweet.
Huh.
He is extremely sensitive to the taste of alcohol.
So he must not like it that much. He must not like the taste.
No, he's always making his mixed drinks. He drinks, well, you know, he loves his Blue Raz Steel Reserve,
Okay.
which is a really fruity beer. He won't drink
Steel
normal
Reserve.
beer.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a mix. That's just how it comes.
Steel Reserve, well, it's on its own. Steel Reserve is pretty nasty, but he drinks
Right.
a malted blueberry version of it
Oh.
on the
Oh,
regular.
okay.
Yeah, he likes sweet drinks. He really does not like hard stuff.
No. Well, you never know. He could have just drank it wrong. You know what I mean?
That's a
Like, you
very
can-
fair point.
Like, you can drink a shot or something and just not swallow it right. It gets caught in your
Yes.
throat for like a second, and then it burns.
That's really fair. I mean, and you're talking about your attitude or how you're going to approach this, and part of having a good discussion about him is having that fairness and having that extra
Oh, yeah.
dimension.
Yeah.
So that's really good, and
Glad
that
I can
will,
bring that to the table.
yeah, that will please some of the people. Inflexibility and over adherence to dependence on routines.
Yeah. He doesn't. He does do the same routine every day, right? I'm sure he just wakes up, jerks off, and turns on his webcam.
He also makes his bed, so he says. That was one of the things he took from Job Corps, is that he will regularly make
Oh.
his bed.
That's respectable.
Yeah. Of all the things to stick to, it's an unusual thing. But I think he really does like routine, for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure he does, and it would help. It helps him
Yes.
probably mentally. Like I was saying, he needs to have some sort of structure and direction, but he needs direction with it. He can't just be left to his own devices.
Yeah, he needs something to help ground him, because I know
Yeah.
he's over the years, you know, when you go into the past, he was far more coherent and amazingly
Yeah.
level-headed back in the day.
And he's just losing. He's totally losing the plot line now.
Oh yeah, he's getting real deep into his neurosis.
Oh, yeah, the neurosis.
That-
Damn, dude, that's
that-
deep.
Yeah, man. No, I mean, the paranoia, the beliefs, the fixation on the injustice of, again, double standards, something he talks
Oh,
about incessantly. It's kind of like Taxi Driver, where you seen that movie?
No,
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
I don't think so.
Damn. Oh, Robert De Niro hanging out in his crummy apartment, being a taxi driver, going deeper and deeper into
Oh,
this thought train that it just makes him really extreme, and by the end of it he gets involved in this like violent incident. And that's what
huh.
I think of, spending all this time by yourself. You have nothing to do, no one to correct you and say, hey, you're getting a little overboard here, calm down.
Yeah, it's just decaying. It's just a
Yeah,
slow decay,
yeah,
mental state.
but
Sad to think about. That's why I say this whole thing is really tragic. It's a really tragic, sad story.
yeah,
You wish the best for him, but
what is it gonna take? I think that is one of the cliffhangers that we
yep.
have now, is what
Only
is the
time will
breaking
tell.
point to really intervene in this lifestyle of his.
I honestly, I just see him going homeless. I don't see anything happening.
There's I'm not very familiar with how they work, but do you know about group homes?
Oh yeah, group homes and shelters and that kind of thing. He could find something like that. I'm sure
He
he would definitely fit the bill.
he talked about it when he was much younger, how he had been threatened with the idea of a group home.
My dad says, okay, if you get kicked out of Job Corps, I'm sending you to a group home for people with Asperger's, and they basically control the rest of your life. And I can guarantee you I will be killing myself before I do that, because I'm not going in a group home. Nothing wrong with group homes, but I want some goddamn freedom, okay? I've had enough of all this, bitchy complaining about me choosing to dress the way I dress.
Oh, okay.
So that could potentially be somewhere he would go. I just don't know how they work, what the conditions are, and what it's like to live in one.
Yeah,
Covered a lot of good things here. Did
yeah.
you?
I think we covered a lot of ground. Yeah, and one other thing I just wanted to say, I think most of the people who watch King Cobra just find it entertaining and funny,
Yeah,
but I think there's also a few crazy motherfuckers who watch King Cobra specifically to feel better about themselves,
yeah.
and it's not the way to do it.
It's uh, in terms of just being a logical human, you can do that indefinitely. There is always someone who is suffering more than you.
Right, right.
So seeing some guy eat disgusting food and fart a lot doesn't necessarily make you any better.
Yeah, yeah. Don't take it too seriously.
No,
It's literally just one fucking weirdo in Wyoming. It's really not anything serious.
no. He makes a lot of YouTube videos, and sometimes funny things happen.
Oh yeah, and it's really funny. Like I've been nervous. Like I hate myself for this, but I've actually been a little nervous to do this. But then I think like it's fucking King Cobra.
Yeah.
This is literally like the most unimportant thing that you could worry about, right?
Yes. It is nothing of significance.